The afternoon sun lit the sunflower daycare sign a golden orange. Kazuya Tanaka pulled into the lot 10 minutes earlier than usual, unannounced. He pushed open the door, expecting the usual chaos of block towers and squeaky voices. Instead, a strange stillness hung over the room, and a low, deliberate voice drifted from the corner.
Yui, Angel, you know you can tell teacher anything, right? About home, about daddy, anything.
Yes, teacher.
Does daddy get visitors at night? Maybe someone sleeps over? It's okay if they do, you can tell me.
Visitors at night? What does she think is happening? What exactly are you trying to get from a 4-year-old? Amano-san?
Mr. Tanaka, you don't understand. It's just protocol.
He lifted Yui onto his hip, her small hand clutching a half-finished drawing. She twisted around, wide-eyed, as he carried her past the cubbies and out the door without waiting for an answer. The door swung shut behind them, the cheerful daycare a silent accusation behind the glass. He didn't look back. He unlocked the apartment door. The living room was dim, quiet. He set Yui down.
Teacher asks who lives here. I told her just you, but she asks every day.
Does she ask about anyone coming over at night?
She makes me draw the people in our house. I draw us, and I draw the pretty lady.
Yui fished a folded paper from her backpack, edges worn. She handed it to him. He smoothed it under the lamp. 3 figures, small Yui, a man, and a tall woman behind him, smiling.
A stranger in my house. Is that what Amano suspects?
The face was just a smile, but it stirred something. Yui had drawn a little heart beside it.
She never told me. She's been interrogating my child behind my back.
He placed the drawing on the coffee table. Tomorrow, he would go to the director. There would be no more questions. The next morning, Kazuya arrived at Sunflower Daycare before the children. In his briefcase, the drawing. He knocked on the door marked Director. Sharp. 3 times. A calm voice called him inside.
Mr. Tanaka, please have a seat. What seems to be the trouble?
Your teacher. She's been interrogating my daughter behind my back. She has her drawing pictures of strangers.
He tossed the paper onto her desk. The tall woman in the drawing stared up, serene and silent.
Amano-sensei follows our standard safety questionnaire. All families receive it. She simply asks if any adults live in or visit the home.
She asked if I have nighttime visitors. What does that have to do with safety?
Unexpected guests can sometimes be a risk. Miss Amano's background makes her thorough, but nothing more.
She's protecting her. There's no getting through. I'll find out what kind of background means.
He gathered the drawing and left without another word. The director's placard blurred behind him. He would get answers his own way. That night, the small apartment was quiet, except for the hum of his laptop. Yui had been asleep for an hour. He sat in the dark and typed a name into the search bar. Chika Amano. The first result was a local news article with her photo. Child Protective Services honors dedicated caseworker.
A CPS investigator. Trained to pull children from homes. This is what she's been doing.
He scrolled to a quote. Chika always put the children first, sometimes too much. Those words burned.
She's building a file on me, that drawing. She thinks there's someone dangerous in our house.
His hand tightened on the mouse. He opened a new tab and searched for daycares with immediate enrollment.
I won't let her take Yui. We leave tomorrow before she can act.
He bookmarked 2 schools, then looked at the drawing still lying on the coffee table. The tall woman smiled up at him. By midnight, the laptop was closed. Tomorrow, he would tell the daycare they were done. No more questions. In the morning, golden light filled the kitchen. Kazuya placed a bowl of cereal in front of Yui. and knelt beside her chair.
Yui, sweetheart, you remember the new school we looked at? The one with the big slide? We're going to try it out today.
Try it! But I like my school now. Teacher Amano has stickers.
I know, but we need a change. Someplace closer. It'll be an adventure.
No adventure. I want Teacher Amano. She makes me draw the pretty lady. Please, Daddy, don't go.
She slid off the chair and threw her arms around his leg, her sobs muffled against his trousers.
She loves her, but that woman is a threat. I can't let her stay. This pain now is better than losing her later. Yui, I am sorry, but Daddy has to keep you safe. This new place will be good. I promise.
No, 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 no. I don't want to go. I want my friends. I want my teacher.
He held her until her cries softened into hiccups. The cereal went untouched. In the silence, the weight of what he was doing pressed down. The walk to Sunflower Daycare was silent. Yui dragged her feet, her small hand cold in his. At the gate, she lunged for his leg, her screams slicing the morning quiet.
Don't leave me, Daddy. I'll be good. Please, don't go.
He crouched, trying to loosen her grip. Other parents slowed their steps, their glances cutting. A mother, with a baby on her hip, stopped and asked if everything was okay, her eyes flickering from Yui to him.
They all think I am hurting her, that I am the danger.
He answered with a tight nod, lifted her, and carried her inside where another teacher took her firmly by the hand. The next day, the same scene. And the next, Yui's screams echoed in the lobby, and the whispers grew.
Protecting her feels like betrayal. Every morning, I have to pry her off me and walk away.
The switch was set for next Monday. He would endure the stares, the silent judgment. Until then, he just had to hold on. That night, after Yui finally fell asleep, the apartment felt heavier than usual. Kazuya stood in the dark living room, still in his coat. His eyes moved to the shelf, the frame with the three of them. Him, his wife holding baby Yui. He took it down. Saturday on the couch, the glass was cool, smudged from being picked up too many times.
Would you agree with this? Moving her away from the only teacher she's loved since you left.
The woman in the photo just smiled. He traced her cheek with his thumb, the way he used to.
I am so focused on protecting her, I can't even tell if the threat is real. I am doing this alone, and I keep getting it wrong.
The grief pushed down for months broke through. His shoulders shook, and a tear slid off his chin onto the glass.
You would have known what to do. You always knew. Without you, I am just guessing.
He cried until there was nothing left, then slumped sideways onto the cushions. The photograph rested against his heart. Outside, the city slept. Inside, so did he, with her smile beside him in the dark. He woke to pale light through the curtains. His neck stiff from the couch. His phone was buzzing on the floor. One missed call. One voicemail. Both from Chika Amano.
3 minutes of her voice. I don't need to hear excuses.
He deleted it, then tossed the phone onto the cushion. That afternoon, a thick envelope slipped under his door. The daycare's sun logo stared up at him.
Chika. What could she possibly have to say that would change anything?
He could almost see her, teal hair escaping its ribbons, eyes wet, hands unsteady as she sealed the envelope. He set it on the coffee table, next to Yui's drawing. The tall woman in the drawing seemed to watch him.
Open it, or throw it out, but don't let it sit there, heavy and waiting.
He turned away and left it unopened, the envelope a dark shape in the fading light. The phone rang at 8 in the morning. The screen read Sunflower Daycare. Sato.
Mr. Tanaka, I must insist on a formal meeting. We cannot let this escalate further. Chica will be there.
A meeting with her. I've heard enough protocol excuses, but if I refuse, they'll make me look guilty.
Tomorrow, 3 o'clock. This is not optional, sir. Your concerns and hers deserve resolution.
Fine, 3 o'clock, but don't expect me to be grateful.
He set the phone down. The envelope was still there, thick, unopened. He grabbed it and slid it under his arm. The paper inside crinkled. A month of drawings, maybe. He wasn't sure he wanted to know. He left the apartment, the director's name a weight in his mind. The sign on her door would be waiting.
I am a single father trying to protect my daughter. Why does it feel like I am the one out of line?
The daycare came into view. Its cheerful mural, a stark contrast to the knot in his stomach. He pushed open the gate. The meeting room was small and bright. Chica sat at the table, a folder clutched in her hands, her eyes red and swollen.
Mr. Tanaka, please, just look at what's inside. Everything you need to understand.
She slid the folder across the wooden table. The sun logo on the corner matched the envelope under his arm.
I couldn't just ask you directly. I had to hear it from Yui. I had to be certain.
Certain of what? That I am hiding some stranger in my house.
He dropped his own envelope beside hers. 2 thick stacks of paper, both unexamined.
Open it, Mr. Tanaka, please. The answers are all here.
His hand moved, steady, despite the tremor in his chest. He lifted the cardboard cover. The first drawing was dated months ago. The same tall woman, smiling, Chica's neat handwriting in the margin, recurring figure. Yui says she is always at home.
She's been documenting this. Every drawing, every detail.
In my CPS training, a child drawing the same unknown adult over and over is a red flag. It can mean someone is hurting them.
She spread the drawings across the table. A dozen, maybe more, each with the same tall, smiling woman behind a smaller man and girl.
I never thought you were a danger, Mr. Tanaka. But I had to be sure no one else was. These questions, I hated asking them.
She was protecting Yui, not investigating me. I've been accusing the wrong person.
Look at the dates. This has been every week for 3 months. The same woman, always behind you, always smiling. When I asked Yui who she was, she said, the pretty lady who watches us. She never comes in, never talks. She just stands behind you.
Watches us. Who could? There is no one. No one living.
I think you already know who she is, Mr. Tanaka. I just needed to hear it from Yui before I brought it to you.
Her voice broke. She pulled out a final drawing, dated today. The tall woman's smile was now drawn more carefully, a heart beside her.
This isn't a threat. This is something I refused to see.
She calls her Mommy. Last week, she said, Mommy stands behind Daddy so he won't be sad. I realized then it wasn't a real person.
She pointed to the drawing, the tall woman's long hair, the simple smile. It was innocent, but achingly specific.
Mommy. She barely remembers her. She was only 2 when...
I didn't want to tell you until I was absolutely sure. I asked every question because I needed it to come from her own memory.
Kazuya's eyes dropped to the oldest drawing. The woman's shape was rounder then, but the placement was the same, behind him, watching.
She's been drawing her for almost 2 years. Every family picture, every time. And I never noticed.
After she died, Yui didn't have the words. But through these drawings, she's been keeping her mother close. It's not scary, it's beautiful.
She slid a photograph out from under the pile, the same one he had on his shelf. His wife's smile, identical to the drawing.
I kept this because I wanted you to see it together. She's been watching over you both. Yui knows. And now, I think you do too.
She never left. All this time, she was right behind me.
He held the photograph beside the drawing. The smile was the same, his wife's smile, frozen on 2 pieces of paper.
Amano-sensei, I am sorry for everything. I accused you of things that weren't true.
It's okay. You were protecting Yui just like I was. It's okay.
2 years. She's been here watching, and I was too blind to feel it.
His shoulders heaved. Chica quietly pushed a box of tissues across the table, her own tears falling.
I didn't want to hurt you. I just wanted to make sure she was safe. That's all.
You gave me back something I lost. I didn't know she was still with us.
She always has been. Yui sees her because she needs to. And maybe now you can too.
Can I accept this? After pushing everyone away, can I let her back in?
The drawings lay between them, a silent testimony. Outside, the light softened. No decisions today, just tears. After a long silence, he wiped his face with a crumpled tissue and looked across the table.
If she's been drawing her mother like this for so long, will she keep doing it? Is this something I should stop?
Children grieve in ways we don't expect. Now that you know, she might not need to hide it. She might draw her differently.
So this could change. She might finally let her stand beside me, not just behind me. I am not switching her daycare. She stays here with you. I was wrong to pull her away.
She'll be so happy. Thank you, Mr. Tanaka.
Her shoulders dropped with a sigh, a tearful smile breaking through the exhaustion.
Thank you for not giving up on her, for being patient enough to find the truth.
They gathered the drawings, the evidence of a mother's silent vigil, into a single stack. The decision was made. Yui would stay. Whatever came next, he would face it with her, and with her mother's memory close. That evening, he unlocked the apartment door with the stack of drawings under his arm. Yui had already changed into her strawberry pajamas.
Daddy, you said bad things about teacher. Is teacher okay?
Teacher is fine, sweetheart, and we're not switching schools. You can stay with Amano-sensei.
Really? Yay!
She tackled him, wrapping her little arms tight around his neck. He held her, steadying himself.
Yui, the pretty lady you draw. Can you tell me about her?
That's Mommy. She watches over us. She was sad before, but now she's happy.
His throat tightened. He pulled her closer, fresh tears sliding into her hair.
She stands behind you so you are safe, like teacher watches me at school.
He knelt there, holding his daughter, the truth finally spoken between them. No more secrets, just the 3 of them, present in different ways. The next afternoon, the classroom was louder than usual, but Kazuya's heart was quiet. He stepped through the door, eyes searching. Yui sat at the low table, a red crayon trapped in her fist. Her tongue poked out in fierce concentration.
She's been working on this all day. I think it's for you.
He crossed and knelt. Yui's face lit up, her hands still clutching the dog-eared paper.
Daddy, look, Mommy is here now, and she's holding your hand.
He took the drawing. 3 stick figures, small Yui himself and the tall woman. This time, she stood beside him, her hand in his.
She's not behind me anymore. She's beside me, holding my hand.
His throat tightened. He pulled Yui into a tight hug, the drawing crinkling between them. A tear slipped.
See? Now she's happy. We're all happy.
When he finally lifted his head, Chica stood by the cubbies, her hand over her mouth, tears sliding down her cheeks. He released Yui gently and straightened, the drawing pinched between 2 fingers. He turned to where Chika stood by the cubbies.
Amano-sensei, look at this.
She lowered her hand from her mouth. Her eyes fell to the paper. 3 figures, the mother now holding his hand.
She drew you together, beside you, not behind. He finally understands. Yui won't have to hide her anymore.
You knew it might change? That she'd stop hiding her?
I hoped. Children are mirrors. When you are ready, they change the picture.
I am grateful you never gave up. I said things I can't take back.
You were just scared. You are a good father, Mr. Tanaka. Now you can all be together, even if differently.
Yui wiggled free and took Chika's hand, pulling her close. The 3 stood together, a small smile passing. A tear traced down the drawing. That evening, the apartment gathered shadows earlier than usual. Kazuya kneaded his coat into a ball on the chair, the new drawing on the table.
Yui, you made a new drawing today. That lady, you drew her holding my hand.
Yes, she's always watching, but now she's not looking sad. She can stand next to you.
He picked up the framed photograph from the shelf, the young woman with chestnut hair and a smile that Yui now duplicated in crayon.
This is her. Mommy. She went to heaven when you were little, but she never really left, did she?
Number, she's always here. In the morning, when we eat, she's by the window. At night, she's by your bed. She stands so you don't fall.
All those nights, I felt alone. She was right there. Yui saw what I couldn't.
The photograph's glass caught the lamplight. His wife's calm eyes seemed to hold his, a quiet confirmation.
Can you draw her like that again? Beside me, every time.
She nodded, already reaching for the red crayon. And in the soft light, he felt the weight he'd carried since the funeral begin to ease. A week passed in a rhythm of crayons and quiet smiles. Every afternoon, Yui claimed the same spot at the low table, a fresh sheet before her. And every evening, she handed him the result. 3 stick figures, the tall woman's hand linked with his, always smiling at his side. He taped each one to the refrigerator door. By Thursday, a patchwork family covered the white surface.
She's not just drawing her. She's showing me how to live with the memory without the wound.
On Friday, he stepped back, coffee in hand, and counted. 7 drawings in a row. The woman's crayon smile had grown brighter with each one. There were no more shadows crouching behind him. Only a family, walking side by side into the sun.
Daddy, draw with me. You can be the blue crayon.
All right, but you'll have to teach me.
He knelt down, the red and blue crayons meeting on the same paper. She giggled, and in the warm afternoon light, he felt it. Not the missing, but the keeping. She was still here, beside them. The following Monday, he arrived early, a small package in his hand. The teal ribbon caught the hallway light.
Amano-sensei, this is a small thank you. It's not nearly enough, but I wanted you to have it.
You didn't have to get me anything. I was just doing what I thought was right.
She untied the ribbon. Inside lay a soft-covered notebook, the exact shade of her twin pigtails.
It's teal. You noticed my hair. No one's ever picked something so personal. Thank you.
I might never have noticed without your questions. This is a promise to pay better attention. To both my girls.
She's lucky. Yui, so was the woman in the drawing. She chose well.
Yui's sandals slapped across the floor. She threw herself into Chika's arms, the notebook caught between them.
She's yours too, now you know. A little piece of her will always be here.
Chika held the notebook to her chest, looking from Yui to Kazuya. A quiet understanding settled. Some battles leave no scars. A few days later, the sun slanted low through the daycare windows. Kazuya stood in the doorway. Unseen, Yui's laughter floated past the cubbies. She was sitting on Chika's lap, a picture book open across their knees.
Look at them. After everything, this is what safety looks like.
Are you magic, teacher? 'Cause you make everything good.
No, sweetheart. I just listened. You are the one who showed me the magic.
Kazuya stepped inside, his presence finally noticed. Yui scrambled off and ran to him. On the wall behind Chika hung a new drawing. Crayoned figures, 3 of them, labeled Mommy Daddy Yui in wobbly letters. Chika followed his gaze and nodded, a quiet smile settling. The drawing had found its permanent home. He bent down to Yui's height. Her hand slipped into his, warm and small, and for the first time, he felt it without tears. Just gratitude. She was still with them. Maybe she always would be. That night, the apartment glowed with the soft hum of the television. Yui, already in her bare pajamas, pointed at the refrigerator.
Daddy, can we put the new picture up? The one where Mommy is smiling the biggest.
He lifted the drawing from the table and pressed it to the fridge, right beside the photograph of his wife that had stood there for 2 years.
Now Mommy is really with us. She's not hiding anymore.
He kissed the top of her head, inhaling the scent of baby shampoo. She wrapped her arms around his leg. The photograph and the drawing rested side by side, one frozen in silver, the other in crayon. Both wore the same calm smile. He stepped back and turned off the kitchen light. The room softened, and the drawings on the fridge seemed to glow with their own warmth. Some say a child's eye can see what adults refuse to believe. Not a ghost, not a haunting, just love, refusing to be forgotten. The night settled. In the small apartment, with a crayon family on the door and a real one in his arms, he finally understood.